On this video, live stream. Call me Stevie Live Streams. Let's see. Okay, don't need that anymore. Alrighty, I am Coach Steve Money, and this is Tech Support, the fourth video like this that I've done, live stream that I've done like this. And I do computer repair as my main job. I've done that for 20 years. And this is a stream that I do. I look on the, I'll answer any questions in the chat. I forgot to bring it up though. Why don't we pull up the chat? Nope. Stream chat. Run as administrator. I said this earlier today. I need to do a checklist. Alrighty, got the chat up. Schedule a free financial coach consultation assessment. And that is at ramseycoach.com/coach Steve Money. The email address is right here, coachstevemoney@gmail.com. You can ask me any questions you want about tech support, about financial coaching, about anything that's on any of my playlists on my YouTube channel. Love to hear from you. Oh, let's see, what is, and as far as making money from YouTube, I cannot until I hit 1,000 subscribers, and I have 77 right now, so that may take a while. Also have to get 4,000 hours watched, but the rate I'm turning out content, I'm on track to make that even now. By the time a year will happen before since I've started streaming. Where are we at? Donations, PayPal. Always distract myself. PayPal.me/Coach Steve Money. If you like what you see, if you want to support me, that's where you can do it. You can also just log into your PayPal account, click on Send Money, and type in CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. Alrighty. I wanted to say that the tech support videos will be in my computer playlist. As you can see, there's the last one right there that I did, but also in the computer list I put this that also is in the gaming PC building simulator. I did that, and that has a lot of computer repair stuff in that, because I chose, I don't know if you can see it, a small under the PC building simulator right there. It has career on it, and that's what I picked since that was at the top. And I played it for I think an hour. 2 hours. Played it for 2 hours, and did not get any jobs in running the computer shop. Did not get any jobs to build computers, so I didn't build any computers in building in a PC building simulator game. I didn't get to do any, so I'm going to go back and do the free build section. There's a how to build a PC, which is, I'm sure, informative. I know how to build it, so I'm sure I would be fine without it. I might check that out as well, but on the stream I do of that will be just free building, and I'll build a cool computer hopefully. That game is I got for free from Epic Games Store, and it is available. Back 4 Blood is coming out, like a sequel of sorts to Left 4 Dead 2, and I'm going to play that with my son at some point. He doesn't want to be involved with streaming at all, so probably won't get to stream that. But as you can see, they always have free games. Usually I think 1 or 2 a week, maybe 1 a week. No, because this and that is going to be free at the same time. October 14th through 21st, those 2 will be available at the same time. But, oh, that's just a pack. That's not a game, though. So anyway, at least one free game a week. And until October 14th, which you get a few more days for that, until 11 a.m. Eastern Time, I'm assuming. On October 4th, you can claim, just by clicking PC Building Simulator. You do have to have an Epic Gaming account, which is free. And I mean, it's just another game platform, just like Origin, which is now EA Play, just like Steam, same thing. But this one is Epic Gaming, and they are the folks that brought you. Certainly, they have it on here. They don't have it even on here. Wow. Anyway, they are the folks that brought you Fortnite. So, I'm surprised they don't have it on the main page anymore. Top sellers, nope. And that is a free-to-play game as well. Get PC Building Simulator now if you want to know how to build computers, if you want to know how a computer shop works, because it has so much detail in it. I was very impressed in the different things that go on, and that's pretty much, I was playing my life, which don't really need to do that. I could just live it. But yeah, so that's that. All right, let's get into it. See if I can do this without, I don't have it written down today. Hope I can remember it. Tech support, tech support. Maybe occasionally a witty retort. Tech support, tech support. Don't forget your covers on your TPS reports. That's all I got so far. May write that one day. Again, we will see. All right. Make sure we're going here. Yes, we are. We are live. All right. And streaming on YouTube, also simul streaming on the Reddit. I mean, not on the Reddit, on the Twitch. And that's twitch.tv/Coach Steve Money. And now we want to go. Oh, I do want to say I do another show that's very similar to this. Live stream, not a show. I guess it's the same thing. Where I go to the Dave Ramsey subreddit, and when you log on, it posts things from the subreddits that you're subscribed to. And Dave Ramsey is one of them that I'm subscribed to, so this automatically popped up. His Baby Step 2 is done. No fanfare, no excitement. Hit a button on my bank app, and just like that, I paid off the last $1,500 from our second vehicle. And so that's great. Bring on Baby Step 3. Guess it's time to update my flare. The flare right there says where he's in Baby Step 2. And I did post a comment for that because that step directly affected me. But that's so excellent. Don't repeat my mistake and let off the gas too much so that your full emergency fund takes forever to save. Maintain good cell intensity until Baby Step 3 is done. And that's what you need to do. That way you are done. And then when you're done on Step 4, you can take a breath and go Les Gazelle and invest, just like the Baby Step song says. Which is right down here in my music playlist, right there. Dave Ramsey Baby Step song, temporary lyric video. I'm gonna make that better, both the video wise and the audio recording of it. I'm getting better at singing it. Singing is not my regular job though. But anyway, I mean, it's not an excuse for me. After my ex-wife and I paid everything off, it was $72,000 in 3 years, and after the divorce, I was just down and spending a lot of money that I didn't need to spend. Wasn't paying too much attention to a budget. etc., etc. So it took me a long time to get just $7,000. My baby step 3 for 3 months of expenses. It's $7,000, and it took me forever to get that. So because I was not intentional, so eventually I got intentional. Started watching the Ramsey show again every day, and so there we are. Okay, so this is the tech support show with Coach Steve Money. So why don't we get into some tech support? So this is reddit.com/r/Dave Ramsey. To do the tech support, it's /r tech support. And let's see what we got. Oh, I'm going to try my darndest to start doing these on Monday night at 8 p.m. sharp Eastern Time. And 1 week I will do tech support, and the next week I will do Ramsey Coach. And I'm also looking for a better name for the Ramsey Coach live stream, where I do just this. I talk about in the Dave Ramsey, just like I did for that first little part. And I may start all of them off with one from the other stream. You know what I'm saying? Like today I'm doing tech support stream, but I started off with a Ramsey one. That might be an interesting idea. Alright, let me know what you think about that in the comments. Or email me, CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. Alrighty. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, this happens all the time. Got an email demanding 500 USD in Bitcoin. Yeah. So, long story short, I got a message on my school email account. They demand 500 USD in 48 hours, or they'll share my search history and whatnot. The problem here is that I've only ever logged into my school email on my phone, and I only search for text-related stuff on it. The school system admin, did I say cool system? The school system admin told me that there were 3 logins from an outside IP on my account about 2 weeks ago to MS Azure and Office 365 portal, which is linked to my personal computer's office. So now the question is, what do I do? I doubt they have much on me, if even anything, but I don't know the full extent of what one can gather from the above mentioned platforms. Well, I mean, regardless of what they may have searched to try to, even if they did log into your account, I mean, that's just being on Azure and Office 365. If they logged into those, it doesn't matter. If they weren't using your device, they don't have a browser history on that. So unless they were logging into your computer from an outside IP, or logging into your phone and using your phone that way. So unless they were doing that, they don't have anything on you personally. And a lot of times they do that. They will send any kind, saying that they've hacked you, and that they've recorded, they've got you on the webcam doing inappropriate acts. And I used to get these all the time on my work email, and I hardly ever have, at that time, I never ever had a webcam attached to the computer, so I know that was bull. And so, you say you've only logged into it on the school email on the phone, and you only search for tech-related stuff on it, so that would be that. Anything else, they would be faking, whether or not anybody you care about would believe you if they leak a history. I mean, unless they have you doing it, and even now with deep fakes, it's the possibilities are endless, but that does take a while, and you probably, you know, unless you're a famous person or got a lot of money, it's not worth the time to try to do that. But basically, it's just BS. They get your email from somewhere, and they say all this stuff about they have, you know, they've recorded you, or they have your search history. They even like try to mention stuff. Oh, you have good taste, ha ha ha, ha, you know, and all that crap. So most of the time, it's BS, especially if you know you didn't do any of that stuff. So even if you did do some of that stuff, it's most of the time it's going to be unlikely that they actually hacked your system and did it. Most of the time, they just get the email from some source, and somewhere you've signed up for some subscription or something you've signed up for that sold your account, or that got hacked, and so all those emails are out in the world. So there you go. From LinkedIn, maybe even, you know, some stuff like that. So this is probably, you know, not, but it's up to you. If you know you didn't do anything, and you're not worried about anybody believing you, employers, or, you know, anybody you care about believing you. You don't have to do much for it. Let's see what somebody. Yeah, they haven't. They just got your email. There you go. That person said that. The best part is that they almost ask for it in Bitcoin. Go to Bitcoin search and enter in that wallet. Then you can see how many idiots actually fell for the scam. It's sad, but people have no tech experience at all. All right, I didn't know you could do a Bitcoin search for a particular wallet and see how many idiots actually fell for it. How many people actually deposited stuff into it. I did not know that. Lack of common sense. I'm more tax heavy now, but when I was younger, I felt like you could often logically reason that something is just incredibly unlikely, because if it were possible or easy to do it without having such far-reaching effects on how humanity interacts with computers. All right, that's a philosophical is the word I'm looking for. View on it. For a lot of people, the search history also barely matters, even if the scammers had it, which most likely they don't. So you search for MILFs, getting, you know, big deal. Most of the people around would probably never bring that up because they'd be too embarrassed. Or you could just claim the search history is fake. Yeah. So, all right. Let's go back. And by nobody in the chat, I'm hoping by doing it these on a certain day and certain time that I will get more people in the chat boosted. Happened to find me the other, when I did tech support number, what is that there? Oh, that person said thanks for the encouragement that I told to excellent and to keep going. Yeah, Coach Steve Money on Reddit, and I don't think you would need that for anything, but because I don't do any posts, just like answer tech support, put some stuff on the Ramsey thing. They also, the Dave Ramsey subreddit mods were kind enough to let me put the Baby Step song link on there, and so I appreciate that. And I asked them about it ahead of time because they said, you know, there's no you can't promote yourself on there. But again, they were kind enough to do it, to let me do that. Let's see what we got. Earbuds are quiet in my ears, but other people hear them loud. I don't need Apple earbuds, not AirPods. Whenever I listen to music, even if they're quiet in my ears, people around hear them just fine. Well, I don't know what that could be. Bad design. I've not ever used Apple earbuds, so don't know. Let's see what you have. Hearing loss. They're asking, sticking the wrong end in. Hear them when you pull them out of your ears, just so the other can hear them, right? If if other people are hearing them and you have them in your ears and you can barely hear it, if you pull them out, you ought to be able to hear from the other end as well. Yeah. Okay, so that's all we got on that so far. Let's see, another audio. I'd appreciate some help with a project. A few days my grandfather unfortunately passed away. Sorry to hear that. I think my father found a voicemail of grandfather talking, and I would really like to turn it into an audio clip of him saying hello and his dad's name. Love you, so I can get it out into a bear as a surprise for my dad. Not the best for tech, as I really don't know how to do that. You can, any audio you can convert to a digital file. For example, let's go back to my channel and the Ramsey baby stuff. No, the music playlists. And this was taken by me on a VHS camcorder, handheld camcorder. It was about, let's see, about that big. See, so wider than my face. Camcorder about that big. You would put a VHS tape into it and close it. It had a big door that would open, and you would put that into it and record it, and that's why the quality is bad. But I hooked a VCR up to the computer. Did I do that with just a computer? Just into a video capture card. Hooked that into a video capture card, and then digitized it. And then from there, which you could also do if you just have an audio capture card, or even put it into a mic. You could just put it in a mic would be the easiest thing. Also, or just have a mic. Even if you had a microphone, I mean, it wouldn't sound the best, but so even if you had a microphone, so this is a microphone, or if you have one on your webcam, you just hold the whatever. Like if it's on your phone, if it's like a voicemail on your phone, you just play it and it goes into the mic, and you have it say, and then you can edit it however you want to after that. But but if you would make a video out of it like this, I could then take this and convert that with tools found on the web. Be careful you don't download a free one that has adware or malware in it. But you could convert that into an MP3 or any other type of audio file. So, but this song is World. It's my favorite song. Dropcat's my favorite band, and they have not been together probably in 20 years or so. They get together every so often to play together. And this was some bar in Virginia Beach. This might be the guitarist is Bill Rockamora. That's Michael Brayton. And it's Doug Grover on the drums there. Mike, the bassist, he's playing bass over there and singing this song. They both sing, and they are awesome. And you might be able to still get their album. Their self-titled album, Throwcat, and then the album that has World and what's that, Water on it is called One Word, and they called it One Word with no space because all the people when they would go play in bars and stuff, and people had a marquee, they would the people that worked there would put like the Throwcats or Throwcat as 2 words, and so that's why they called it One Word. And they put out an EP after that had some more songs on it, and that's about all they put out, I believe, before they broke up. But anyway, that was 1993. I was a lot younger then, dog. Anyway. So, but yeah, you can do that. I'm seeing the little bit delayed stream on to my right out of the corner of my eye, and I see it jumping up and down, and I'm sorry if that's freaking you guys' eyes out. But let's just see if anybody else had any better, because I haven't done it that much. So let's see if you mean the original voicemail that he has. So yeah, if you have that, let's see. If you mean already has it, you just need to trim it down to get to a file. Shouldn't be difficult at all. You would just need an editor then at that point, and just be able to edit it into a new file. The original voicemail has the bits I want to clip and combine. Yeah, you just need Audacity is that's a good free audio editing program. So yeah. But like I said, you can just, to record it, you just hold the phone up to a microphone. It's not going to be that great, but otherwise you can copy the file from the phone to a computer, and then you can edit the original from the original source as ones and zeros instead of having it have to go through a mic, which is going to degrade it some. So, but it still doesn't sound bad coming through a mic. On comedian podcasts, they always call their friends, and when they talk to them, they always just hold the phone up to the mic. Granted, they're probably very good mics, but there's no problem understanding them. All right, let's see. We don't want to go too long. What time is it? All right. These are all going to be about an hour. Probably. Encrypted files can no longer be opened after reinstalling Windows. Oh, had a folder of files I saved on USB to flash drive and encrypted using a previous installation of Windows. The encryption.pfx files were all backed up before installing Windows after reinstalling. Now, I do not know about this. Oh, deleted by the person who originally posted it since we started. All right. Maybe it was a easy answer, and they got rid of it. But I personally don't know about that. I've never had a client with that problem. PC won't start up. GPU lights up and fans turn on for half a second and then flicks back off and then repeats. All right, we have problems like this a lot with already built computers, and when people are building computers, that happens sometimes. So let's see the whole story here. Came back home after a few months away, and computer wouldn't start up. When I press the power button, I can hear the GPU fan, that's graphics processing unit, fan start up, and then it stops half a second later. Can't get to BIOS or anything. So that's the important thing. You're not getting any video at all. There was an error code 00 that lit up for half a second along with the GPU. ASUS suggested removing the CMOS battery, reset the UEFI BIOS. Overclock and RAM, tried taking out the CMOS battery, reset it, but I still get that error code. Removed all the RAM and then tried each one individually. Tested the power supply and it seems to be working fine. Did the paperclip test and tested with a multimeter, PSU, power supply unit, fan, started up fine with the paperclip test. Multimeter readings were within the voltage tolerances for the pin guide that I looked up. Okay, if it's putting out enough voltage, then there shouldn't be anything wrong with it, but I would still try another power supply. Took it out of the case and set it up to see if it was a short. No dice. Took out the GPU and tried starting it with just the CPU, power supply unit, and motherboard hooked up, and the same thing happened. Fan spins for half a second, then attempts again. There's a green LED that comes on, next LED 1, not sure what that means, I don't know either. Not sure what other steps to try. I'm assuming it's either the CPU or motherboard that's fried, or both. If it'll help, I can record the motherboard as, okay, doesn't matter. Windows 10, NVIDIA GTX 1080 Ti is the video card. The CPU is an Intel i5 4th generation processor. Yeah, and all the rest of the stuff doesn't matter. The hard drive doesn't matter at this point. The Windows installation doesn't matter at this point, because if you don't get video, none of that is even coming into play. All right, so here's where we got. Now, when there's a bad power supply, and you want it to be the bad power supply rather than a bad motherboard or processor or video card, because power supplies are cheaper, so I generally check that, and generally they will go out more often than any of the other things. So that's why I said to, even though you check the voltages, make sure you try a known working power supply as well, just in case it's showing the voltages, but like for some reason not actually getting that to the motherboard. But a bad power supply can light up lights, spin fans, etc., but not be able to put out enough power to the motherboard to get you video. Now, let's see. Okay, so another thing you want to check for not getting video is you want to make sure the CPU cable, CPU power cable from the power supply is plugged into the 4 or 8 pin sockets near the CPU. There's your regular power supply that's that long. I mean, power connection. That cable from the power supply that's about that long, and that goes in. That is, I want to say 12 pin, something like that, and it's all together. It's not, or 24 pin, because it's doubled, so it's 12 and 12 together, and so that's your regular power. But you got to have the CPU power in to get video. I've seen it a couple of times. A standalone video card would get video, but a lot of times without that plugged in, even a video card by itself won't get it. A standalone video card, but definitely you'll need it to get video from the built-on board, the motherboard video. So if that's where the chip is actually part of the motherboard. Alright, so that, again, that's the first thing to check. Let's see what error code 00 is, though. ASUS, now if he told the tech support for ASUS that, he should know. They should have told him what it is, because the ASUS tech support should have known. Let's see, some PC users using an ASUS motherboard are seeing the OOQ error code on their motherboard whenever they attempt to boot up the computer. To fix this problem, you need to take out the CMOS battery in order to drain the power capacitors of your motherboard. Okay, so that means, yeah, that means you just don't want it to have any power at all. And basically, you're rebooting the motherboard, meaning taking all the power away and let it completely shut down so that it has no memory in it anywhere. And then you boot it up, and then it reads the BIOS again and gets all those settings from there. So let's see if the same thing is right here. Postcode 00, the processor is removed from the slot. No element consumes from 1.8. Let's see. This is actually on the, is it coming? Here it comes. Recently built identical PCs. Had the same issue on my formula. Turned out that my pump was on its way out and didn't give the readings like it should, so the motherboard refused to start. Replaced the cooler and all was fine. Okay, so this person had water cooling, and since it was malfunctioning, the motherboard knows it's not working right. Same thing as if you have a CPU fan out, sometimes it will do that same thing and not start, or at least give an error. Let's see. air cooling PCU, air cooled. Most of the time, code 00 is caused by three things: a faulty PSU, motherboard, or CPU. Yeah, okay. Okay, so it's not definitive then, I guess. Try updating the BIOS. That's something else you can do. Alright, let's look at one more page of this. 0 is either dead CPU or corrupt BIOS. Okay. Oh, same issue. Fan header was not plugged in all the way. It was giving me code 00. So make sure all the fans are plugged in, especially the processor fan that's on top of the heatsink. So, yeah. So make sure the CPU fan. Make sure you're not using like a different one. You're not using a case fan jack to plug in the CPU fan, because you have to have something in the CPU fan pins in order to let the motherboard know that fan's spinning, so you can go ahead and boot up the computer. All right, well that's fun. Yeah, let's see what else I was going to tell. Yeah, I mean, it could be, have had this be the, not with that particular error code necessarily, but I have had this be a bad video card. You put another video card in it, it starts right up. That means there's nothing wrong with the processor or motherboard. If you put in another video card in it, you get video. So that's something else you can try. If you don't have access to another video card, family member or friend, ask them if you can borrow it. Theirs, but yeah, so try all that. Awesome. And back. Alright, one side of Beats headphones won't play audio. Broken, I guess. Let's see, delete it again. That's weird. An undeletable folder, please help. Basically, I cannot for the life of me delete one folder. I was using SSM system. I don't know what SSM is. SFC is system file checker, which is Windows. SFM. Visual Studio. Oh, Source Filmmaker. 3D computer graphics software toolset. Oh, righty then. And I rendered a test animation. I would have gotten that from context had I continued to read. In a folder full of PNGs. I created it, rendered it, all fine and dandy, but when I was going to delete it, I couldn't, and it said that the system couldn't find the folder. I found that odd, but okay, surely there's a tutorial on how to fix it, and it was a bunch of them, all using the same method, /open command. In the videos, it worked fine, it deleted the folder, but in mine, it said this. It couldn't find it, even with the path of the folder. Make sure that is, yep, that's just an imgur link. So always know before you click on stuff, always check on it. You hover over it, and if you can't see the name, I'll show you that when I go back there. Do not click on stuff. That's how you get your computer virused or hacked or worse. Alright, it gives you, what does it give? Oh great, it's not in English. Let's see. Oh, that looks like that might be Spanish or close to it. Oh, no. Let's see. The system could not find or archive this specific thing, something like that. All right. So, but couldn't find the particular file that he's asking for. Even though it's right there. Okay, yeah, I mean that's That's just some corruption. You want to test your hard drive. Test RAM and hard drive to see if there's corruption happening, and especially if you've had any other problems. What else? Could be thinking it's a, I don't know, system folder, a hidden folder or something like that that may be causing problems. You can try to boot from like a Windows installed USB drive or some other type of, or put it into another system. That hard drive, put it in another system, and you boot to the other operating system, not the one on that drive, and then try to access it that way and get it. Yeah, that's all I'm thinking. Something, the file properties got corrupt somehow, and you may, if it's to completely get rid of it, you might have to delete the whole partition, start all over. So if it's still working fine other than that, you might just want to ignore it. I'm sure if it's a test animation, I'm sure it's taking up some space if it's video. This person said try Unlocker. MajorGeeks.com is a reputable place, so you could get that from there. Unlocker Portable, alright. This person asked if you could rename it or move it to another location or drag it to the recycle bin. No, yeah, you can't. You wouldn't be able to do any of that. The error box in this one said the names of the origin and destination are the same. Interesting. If you right click and go to properties, it'll just show the location. See user Samsung desktop. Can't find that on any specified paths. Safe mode, same errors. It worked, it's gone. What did he try? This one, I guess. Try number 7. That is thegeekpage.com. I'll take a chance on that. Item not found. Could not find this item while deleting peaks. Let's see. How does one do that? Definitely make it be a longer page so people stay on the page longer. Do a little table of contents there, and I guess it's not too bad. Some people they try, like if you look for how long it takes to make potato skins in the recipe, I mean in an air fryer, they have a whole bunch of stuff all over the page, and you got to scroll down a lot in order to get to the amount of time you should put that in there. But okay, so it's rename the file and delete it. Oh, I see. So all of this stuff, it wouldn't work for the guy, and he said number 7 worked. So use del in file. All right. And where would we get that from? Probably no. This is the Geek page, so probably not their individual. Sorry about if this. Use del in file. I guess like delete inventory file maybe. Tool is free for clearing up to 3 files in the trial period. Excellent. Click on the file to go to its. Now this is what I was talking about, where it doesn't show you if you mouse over it, it doesn't show you, and I'll show you on the other link where it did do that. So let's right click on it and do inspect and see if I can find that in short order there. Oh, it's right there. Image loading lazy. Source equals source set. thegeekpage.com. Okay, so it's on that same website. So I mean, I guess you could you could trust it if you're on the site at all. So it says it's on this same website, thegeekpage.com. So again, all this stuff, it's up to you if you want to trust that. But yeah, so I mean the problem with it again is probably like some corruption involved where you could halfway see it, but it noticed that it's there causing a problem, but it couldn't delete it or let you move it or anything like that. Alright, so but right here, as you can see in the lower left right there, it shows the link. See HTTPS, which the S on the end means a secure website, thegeekpage.com, and item not found is the rest of that particular web page, rather than their main page. And let's just for fun check out the main page of that, thegeekpage.com. Let's see, it's just like different. It's like a blog, and they put different fixes on there. Yeah, Windows 11. I still haven't installed that on any of our extra computers. I'm going to do that hopefully this week sometime, just to play with it. I would not advise putting it on a machine that you need every day. Let other people try it out, and have them do some fixes and stuff before you get your mitts on it. Is what I would recommend. So yeah, these are just how to get Windows 10 style right-click context menu on Windows 11. That means that it has a different style or something completely different. Like right here, I'm on that link for this, the author's name. I'm right-clicking and it allows me to do certain things. That's your context menu that happens. If you left-click on it, it like starts the program or goes to the link. If you right-click on it, it should give you the context menu, and maybe it still does. I might do, actually I'll probably do that. I'll probably do some Windows 11 videos if I do that in short order before everybody else does everything first. But just with my thoughts on it and stuff, you know, you do get used to stuff, and you know, if you right click on it and it doesn't come up right, or if it looks right, let's just look at that and see if it says. This is because the right-click context menu in Windows 11 is restructured with limited entries when compared to Windows 10. You always need to click on Show More Options to get the 7-zip or other things you'd like to use. And okay, so like if you install something like, I'm going to just check really quickly. You can't see this, but I've opened File Explorer, and I am going to right-click on something I have. Okay, so my whole context menu is open. Share with Skype, which would not be on there if Skype wasn't being installed, but it is automatically with Windows 10. Cast to device, that's regular. Scan with Microsoft Defender, that's built in with Windows Share, that is as well. Let's see. Give access to. Scan with Malwarebytes. I have Malwarebytes on this computer, so if you didn't have Malwarebytes installed, that would not be on there. But if you do, it does add it to the context menu, and then Windows 10 shows it. I guess if you install that on Windows 11, Windows 11 might not show that. The other ones are restore previous versions, send to, and there's different programs you can send it to. The only one I'm seeing that like wouldn't be included in Windows would be TeamViewer, and maybe the program requested it. The program probably, when you install it, has to request it to be added to the context menu. Anyway, below the send to, it's cut, copy, create shortcut, delete, rename, and properties. So all that's built in with Windows. But like the person installed 7-zip and wanted to send like a file to 7-zip, which that's just an unzip program, which you used to have to use that, or WinZip or something like that. You used to have to use that, but that's built in now. If you just click on a zip file, it like basically treats it as a directory, and it opens in Windows and you can get all the files that way. Alrighty, hope you understood that. Again, mouse over it, and you can see in the lower left, you can see the where the link is going to. Alright, let's try it again. Actually, what time is it? Oh, not going too much longer. Let's do for fun, let's do new. And then we'll get some brand new ones. Windows, 2 minutes ago, just updated Windows 10 to the most recent version. All games run now at like 5 FPS with 5 to 7% CPU usage, 70 to 80% GPU usage. The Windows 10 is the latest official version. My GPU driver was updated earlier to the latest version 2. Alright, what you do is you undo the latest Windows update and see if that fixes the problem. I'm trying to think if I would tell you to do the GPU first by itself. I mean, you can do both of them at the same time and then reboot and see. It may require a reboot after you uninstall the Windows 10 one anyway, but you could go back a version. Sometimes video card drivers are bad and it causes you a problem, and if you uninstall the latest version and go to the next to latest version, it works fine. And could be the same thing with Windows. That's what I would do. You can also just do a restore. If you do restore, it will put in the other versions of the operating system and the video card driver. Games running at 1/3 of their original FPS due to CPU not being fully utilized. I tried searching on Google. I've seen so far only discussed when there is a CPU bottleneck, which my system should not. I have an i9 that's an 10850K. That is a 10th generation i9 processor paired with a NVIDIA RTX 3080, and shouldn't have any problems running any games at all. When I first upgraded to Windows 11, everything was running fine. I was getting well over 144 frames per second in Apex Legends on 1440p max setting. Now it fluctuates between 30 and 60. Cannot call it by VSync as monitor is 4K, disabled in the setting. GPU is running at 45 degrees Celsius, means it's not being fully utilized. MSI Afterburner, that's a program that you can download that gives you information about your video card and the CPU too, I guess. It says it's only at 20% usage. What could cause it to be 20% usage? If the CPS, is the CPU getting hot? It doesn't say. If the CPU is getting hot, that could be it. Let's see. Gotta click on that to get the whole thing. Click up strange behavior cause. It started yesterday. Closing other background apps and firing up the game again. This affects other games besides Apex Legends, as well as any help would be greatly appreciated. If this is a window issue, then I hope Microsoft patches it soon. Alright, so what also could have happened, he first upgraded to Windows 11. Everything was running fine. Then somewhere in there, I had the cap on my drink. Somewhere in there, Windows 11 had an update, and that update screwed it up. So you can again do a system restore. You can just try to undo the update to Windows 11, and the way to do that may be to do a system restore. I don't know if they have another built-in way of going back to the other operating system or not, but that's what I would suggest on that. FPS Drops. This is what most tech support is, or I wouldn't say most, but this is the most reported problem, it seems like. Frames per second from a video card, and download speed. Definitely people upset about their download speed and think it should be more. You know, if you're paying for, you know, granted it says up to 200 megabits per second. They're not required to give you 200 megabits per second. It says up to, so there's normally no minimum in there, so you can't really get them on that. You can just call and bother them about it and see if they'll do anything about it. But yeah, this I actually have the same frames per second. I think I do anyway. I don't have a frames per second meter running. But my frames per second drops when I watch a video stream on a second monitor while also streaming myself. Yeah, so I think I've run into this problem too. I think it's because my main monitor is 144 hertz and the second monitor is 60 hertz. Exactly. Mine is higher. I don't know if it's 144, but I'm using a TV, a 1080p TV for my primary monitor. My second monitor is a very old, probably a 10-year-old 26-inch monitor. That's like, it's about like that thick. Not quite as big, maybe half of my head is that thick. You know, going from the front to the back, it's that big. So it's an older one, and yeah, a lot of times you will have your computer not liking it so much if you have monitors of different resolutions and such, and of course refresh rate, which is the 60 and 140 here. Yeah, and that's definitely my problem. All right, let's talk about the download speed, and then we'll call it a night. My PC has a questionable internet connection. On occasion, I lag on an insane amount to the point I get disconnected or really close to disconnected from Discord and game. My download is about 2.3 megabits per second at its peak. Yikes! That is slow, dog. I don't have the option to use LAN, and I already have a Wi-Fi extender right next to the computer. My motherboard didn't have integrated Wi-Fi, so I bought a $25 Wi-Fi card. I plug into the bottom PCI port. Could that be the issue? And if so, any good alternatives? Probably not. I mean, you can, if you want to test it like yourself, one thing you can do is get a USB Wi-Fi receiver. You can do that. He has the Wi-Fi extender. Why don't you use, and this for anybody that is even a medium, you don't even have to be a hardcore gamer, medium core gamer or streamer, or, I mean, definitely if you're doing streams, um, or just like streaming movies that you're watching. You want to have more than that. So there's definitely something going on there. You check the router, but wired internet. And of course, some people don't have opportunity to have wired internet. Either they live in a building where they have to use the Wi-Fi, or they, like if the landlord provides it, which that happens. Also, they could be using a neighbor's because of some agreement or non-agreement, using it for free. Let's see, or your roommate could be in control of the router, that kind of thing, so you are left with what he gives you, that kind of thing. So, but if you can go directly from the router into your computer with a cable, and then see what the speed is. You go to speedtest.net for that. Let's see. Okay, so and that'll let you know if it still is slow at that point using the cable, then you definitely have a problem. And so then you want to eliminate things that could be the problem. So you disconnect the router and you go straight from the cable or DSL modem. Instead of going into the router, you would put it directly into your PC. And then if it works, then the router's the problem. So, but that's going to be about it. Yeah, just see what it does on different devices. See what it does on your phone. See what the speed is on your phone if you're connected to it on your phone as well. Nobody commented yet. That's the problem with the new ones. One more. How about this? Malware found with Avast. Before I started, do not have many details about this. A week ago, I decided to install antivirus on my Android phone and chose Avast. Okay. I don't have an antivirus on my phone. So. But anyway, so I don't know about phone specific, but I'll tell you if this will happen on a computer. When Avast was running one of the normal scans, they found a malware that the name started with video.downloader or something like that. Yeah, and if you download a free video editing program that is in any way suspect and not from a legitimate manufacturer of video editing software, then it could have, at a minimum, it could have adware on it. Not necessarily malware, but adware on it, which means it's going to pop up and bother you. Let's see, let's read some more. I'm worried with it, about it. It's okay, a lot of these people aren't American or English, mate. I am worried about it because I really don't know how much this could have done. No, he said could have done correctly. If this hacked my webcam or my gallery, can someone help me with this? I didn't receive any suspicious emails recently. I have no idea if I had this malware for 1 month or 1 year. You generally can't tell on that stuff. You could see what file it is in, and you could right-click the properties of that file and see how, if you're on a computer. If you're on a phone, that's going to be much harder to find out the date of that, unless you look at it in like a file explorer type of program on your phone to find out what file that was. And so if the file that it's in, if you downloaded it and it was something that you should be paying for instead of getting for free, then don't be surprised that it has malware or at a minimum adware in it. I think they have a Malwarebytes version for your phone as well, so I would try that. It sounds like sometimes like Avast may have found it but not be able to delete it. So yeah, if that happens, you want to definitely get like Malwarebytes and see if it will just quarantine and get rid of that file, because that's what you want it to be gone. But it seems like he's more worried about if he's had problems with it and how long he's had it. So let's see what the one comment is. Yeah, if you suspect you may have malware in your computer, trying to move it from your computer, see a malware guide. Yeah, that's just the auto moderator. But that's the dealio on that. Alrighty, once more, do not forget Alan Wake Remastered. I have the old games. I think I bought them on a Steam sale and I have never played them. I think I have 2 of them. And I would certainly play those before seeing if I wanted to get remastered, or wait till they're free, like this week is PC Building Simulator for, what is it? 1.5 more days, something like that. Not quite 2 more days. PC Building Simulator, and that is free now on Epic Games Store, epicgames.com/store, and you can get that. The account is free. You would just click on right on there on Get Epic Games. If you already have a account, you can just sign in. You can also just start up the Epic Games link on your program, and that takes it to the launcher, which has the store inside of it, and so that also shows this. And so just in time for Halloween, you got Stubbs the Zombie in Rebel Without a Pulse, and so it's a zombie game, and I would imagine you get to shoot them and kill them. I don't know, but that's the dealio, folks. Let's see what the top sellers are. Kenna, the Bridge of Spirits. Heard about that, like not much though. Far Cry 6, my son and I played the last couple Far Cry games. They are pretty good. Rocket League is free and pretty much stays up there. And I'm surprised that Fortnite isn't in the list anymore. I think it used to be. And Outer Wilds, do not know that. World War Z Aftermath, I've also heard about that, but don't know that much about it. This is new too, a new brand new Sherlock Holmes game. I'm sure that might be fun. But yeah, as far as financial coaching, financial advice, waiting until the game is offered for free is a great idea. Also, you could do something like, what's it called? Store.origin.com. And you could, and they got the Monsters Within event on Apex Legends. Apex Legends is free. Another, again, free account on Origin. But if you get the EA Play membership, like I have, let's go to frequently asked questions. It used to be called Origin Access, but now it's called EA Play. They don't have a easy list. Where is it, the difference between EA Play and EA Play Pro? The playlist. How much is EA Play? It is $5 a month, or you can even save more by signing up for the full year. $30. A membership pays for itself if you buy even one game with your 10% discount. A month, I'm guessing. Yeah, that math means a month. If you buy even one game a month, in order for you to get your $5 back. Oh, yeah. Let's see. $30 divided by. Oh, that's half price. Yeah, that's half price. So that would only be $30. So if you figure a $60 game, that would, anyway, you can do the math on that. But it's substantial savings, even if you do that. But EA Play Pro is what I get. Is available for $14.99 a month or $100 a year. So that's $15 a month. What is that? 100. Crud. Can't think right now. What is that? 15 times 12 equals, yeah, I'm using the Windows calculator. $180. So you save by prepaying it for a year. You save even more money. And so if you look at that $100 a year, I buy that every year, so that's a $60. Plus you get almost every other Origin/EA game. As long as you're a member, as long as you keep being a member of EA Play. And for the Pro membership, you get early access immediately as soon as it's available for early access. The EA Play regular members get access for 12 hours, and then they don't have access again until the actual release date of it. Also, for the EA Play Pro membership, that's $100 a year. You also get the version that you get is also the best, most expensive version of it. So, like for example, for Madden, you get let's see, where is it? You get the Dynasty edition of Madden NFL 22, and not the regular or the MVP edition. You get the best version of it that costs $100. So right there, you've got for what they charge for it. You've made your money back, and plus you get all the other games which are on the Pro playlist. Oh, so you got a playlist and a Pro playlist. So all of them aren't on the playlist, and all of them are not on the Pro playlist either. But almost all of them are. So I've started streaming Lost in Random, and that's one. And that's one I probably wouldn't have gotten unless it was free. I wouldn't have started playing that, and that's a pretty cool game. My son plays Sims 4 all the time. Way too many hours in that. He recreated the Friends sets on there, the apartments, and the Central Perk, and those are really good. Let's see how many games I've played in the last year. So just this, Madden 22, it's the $100 version, so that pays for it. So everything else is bonus. Even if you don't get that one, even if you get the regular one for $60, if you get that game and another $40 or more game, then again you're at the $100. So well worth it in my opinion. Like I said, I play that. My son plays Sims 4. We both played Jedi Fallen Order. We tried Anthem for a while. Haven't done Battlefield. Not a real shooter guy. I did like the Star Wars Battlefront though, which I played when that came out. I streamed. We did 13 streams, my daughter and I, on father-daughter video gaming. 13 streams, a full playthrough of It Takes Two. So as you can see, I'm well worth getting my money for it. Let's see what else. Something else on here that I played. Star Wars Battlefront, although that wasn't in the past year, that was previously. Squadrons, I played a little bit of that. Need to play some more of that. That's pretty cool. Unravel is another game that's a co-op. It's only couch co-op. The Unravel 2 is. The first game, Unravel, is just single player. So I did start that, and that's pretty cool. It's from, I think, the same people that did It Takes Two. But when my daughter visits, hopefully she'll be here for Thanksgiving or Christmas, I'll make her sit down with me and stream the couch co-op version. Ghost of a Tale, interesting. A Way Out, my son and I played that. That's also definitely made by the people that made It Takes Two. A Way Out, we played we played in the same room. It Takes Two, my daughter lives in the state up north and I live in Ohio, so we played that online. Did not try the Battlefield, again the Battlefront 2, that's the classic, that's not the Battlefront that came out in, I can't remember how many years ago, but it's pretty cool. It's a shooter, it's a battle royale type of thing, but actually teams where there's like 50 against 50 or something like that, can't remember, and one team is rebels, the other team is the Empire. I wanted to play Mirror's Edge. I've not done that yet. So many games, so little time. And see, if you have this membership, you get all this. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there was any more of them. Played Outcast before. That's an older game. Dark Forces, much older game. There's the first Unravel. Like I said, I started it. I didn't stream it. I think I started it before I started streaming, maybe. I can't remember. Or just didn't think of streaming it. Rebel Assault, I played that back in the day, but not since I got the subscription, not description. All right. Anyway, you get the point. But I think there was like another 2 or so games that I played. Force Unleashed is excellent. You get all the Star Wars games. Limbo's an excellent game. I have that on Steam. I tried tennis. I didn't like it. Trying Enchanted Edition. I'm playing that on Steam with my daughter because it is co-op. It is couch co-op. And yeah, I don't know if you can play that with share play. I don't know if you can play. I think it has to be online players for share play to work on Origin, but it does not. You can do couch co-op games with somebody online through remote play, which is fun, which is how we're doing Trying Enchanted Edition stream now. Maybe there's not another one on here, or it's somewhere in there, but I think there was one more that I played. Oh well. Alright, I could look all night through that, but you can see how many games there are. So, if you're gonna play them, if you're gonna play games anyway, and again, if you're gonna buy any 2 of these games, will definitely pay for that $100 a year membership. Christmas coming up, ask for it for Christmas from your parents or your significant other. How about that? Hopefully, if they're If your significant other is a gamer, then they'll want to play it too, and it'll be well worth it. And you can play games together, and everybody will be happy. All right, just babbling now. Once again, tech support. What is it? Maybe occasionally a witty retort. Tech support. Don't forget the covers on your TPS reports. Alright. And hey, have some safe teching out there. Enjoy your computers. Enjoy online. Stay away from anything that's sus. That's totes sus. Stay away from all that stuff. And for you older people, that's totally suspect. But for everybody, even the techie people, everybody can do this. Make smart financial decisions every day. And now I find the, where is it? The in-stream button. There